are, it is Mamata Police's own police, rather, if we talk about the Chief Minister of West Bengal, who has been defiant and in denial over what has happened in Murshidabad so far, but it is her own police who have come out and exposed her government. The report that has been prepared by Bengal Police pursuant to the orders of the Calcutta High Court mentions that local youths, not outsiders as being claimed, local youths gathered in parts of Murshidabad and resorted to violent attacks, puncturing Mamata Banerjee's foreign hand theory. But the Chief Minister, who continues to say and point fingers at the RSS and the BJP for inciting and fomenting trouble, penning a letter, the Chief Minister says that the BJP and the RSS want riots in West Bengal. Now, this continues as far as her statement that has been coming in, because not a word of condemnation that has come in for the violence that forced several Hindus' family to flee from their homes, especially when it comes to the women there who have been getting rape threats, men and other people who have been asked to be forced to convert, and even when it comes to drinking water that has been poisoned, their homes that have been vandalized, all of their savings that have been burnt to ashes. We have been getting you extensive coverage and reportage from Ground Zero itself, which is in Murshidabad, where Tetri continues to get us the real picture, the real story behind the violence. She is connected with us right now. Tetri, it seems that the West Bengal Chief Minister doesn't seem to be in a mood of taking responsibility. She is not just the Chief Minister, but the Home Minister of the state as well. What happens to those families there? Because their future still remains uncertain. They don't know when they can return home. But now she seems to be blaming both the BJP and the RSS for the violence.
Well, that has always been the game of the state government. When something happens, blame the central forces, or in fact the central government. And in fact, you see, as far as these families are concerned, we in fact extensively reported from ground, spoke to number of families over there. They just had one question, so as to when will they be getting justice and what was their fault. Also, they were asking the state government so as to provide them some kind of compensation, because what they had to go through was in fact they have never imagined in their entire life so far. Also, in fact, remember that the West Bengal government, the TMC government, the Mamata Banerjee government has on and on blaming the BSF, has been blaming the central forces, has been blaming the outsiders, has been blaming the central forces as well. So all in all, we have been seeing that they are not ready to take the responsibility as well. And amidst all these, we have also seen that what kind of bizarre statements have been made by the TMC netas. Threat statements are being issued by them, statements are being given by them, and in fact, it is very much surprising to note that NHRC team, NCW team and the West Bengal Governor C.V. Ananda Bose visits the families, visits the relief camp, visits the violence-prone areas, violence-hit areas, but the TMC neta, none of the TMC leaders have not even once spoken with the victims or the family members, or in fact even on the phone line with the family members of the deceased Hargobind Das and Chandan Das, the father-son duo who lost their lives. And in fact, not just that, but they have not even taken the stock of the situation so as to what is happening in the relief camp. This in fact really, highlights that what is the situation over there on ground, because state government seems to be least bothered so as to what is happening over there. In fact, remember the statement of Mamata Banerjee when she recommended West Bengal governor to not to visit, because she in fact said that let the situation be 100% control, then he should visit. So that kind of statements were coming. Questions are certainly being raised so as to what the state police was doing when the violence broke out, what the state intelligence was doing when the violence broke out, until how long this blame game will continue, when the state police, when the state government and the intelligence themselves will take the onus, and when the people of that particular area or anywhere for that matter in the state of Bengal, West Bengal will feel safe.
Well, that's the point there. Now, as far as the families there are concerned, you've been speaking to them and getting a first-hand account of what they are saying, that they still continue to live in fear because they don't know when they will be able to go back to their homes. They have been forced to live in relief camps. But owing to the current situation, if the Chief Minister doesn't want anyone to visit, but there are teams already there who have actually spoken to the victims there, whether be it the NCW chief, the team from the NHRC, the governor also there, and seeking when it comes to the intervention of central forces. That is something that the opposition BJP has been raising, Tetri.
Yes, absolutely. You see, the NCW, NHRC and the West Bengal government, all of them have been meeting the family members, the victims, and all those, in fact, who had to forcefully flee on their own land. Look at the irony, Amita, that they have been staying there since years, since their ancestors had got this particular land for them, and now they had to flee from their own land. They had to hide themselves in their own houses. So that was the situation over there. And in fact, we saw the heartbreaking pictures that when the NCW chief Vijaya Radkar entered that particular area, when she started meeting the women victims, all the women victims, most of them, touched her feet. It was so emotional to witness all these moments. And in fact, the women were just sharing their plight so as to what they had to go through. And not just that, but we also heard women alleging that, how they were, how the mob misbehaved with them, how they were threatened, and in fact how they were dragged with their hairs. They were, in fact, we also heard that how they were alleging to forcefully get convert into some other religion. So all these, in fact, ground reports we got you from the ground, and in fact the members also, those who spoke to these victims, they will also prepare a comprehensive report and will be submitting to the concerned authorities, because the situation, what it seems like in terms of law and order, yes, it is in control, no violence is taking place, but there is still fear, there is an unrest piece, there is an unusual calm in that particular area, and people are still not able to come back to normalcy.
Uneasy there.
In terms
Speaking of the current situation, because it's been days now, but sporadic incidents of violence that has been reported, especially from Murshidabad. However, the Chief Minister continues to blame the BJP, she continues to blame the RSS, and she continues to blame even when it comes to the BSF forces. But there are discrepancies. Sagarika is also connected with us right now. What the Chief Minister has been saying and what her own police has been saying, what do you have to show for us?
This is the letter that the Chief Minister has written. Now, Amita, the subject says peace appeal. But what does it start with? I'm going to read out what the Chief Minister's letter, West Bengal Chief Minister's letter says. BJP and its allies have suddenly become very aggressive in West Bengal. These allies include the RSS. I have not taken the RSS's name earlier, but I am being forced now to identify them. Together, they have all initiated a vicious false campaign in the state. Now, once again, let's juxtapose it. Here is Mamata Banerjee's letter. Starts by saying that this is a peace appeal, goes on to blame the RSS, says that the RSS is creating a false campaign against the state. Now, what does the state police say? Very clearly, the state police in its report mentions how 4,000 to 5,000 youth had gathered, how they led a violent attack, how they also went ahead in their, in that moment, they also injured the police. Then, she goes on to say these forces are using the backdrop of an unfortunate incident that happened on provocation. So here the Chief Minister says that what happened in Murshidabad happened due to provocation. Who provoked? We will wait to hear, because if you just look at the tone and tenor of this letter, it is the Chief Minister of the state of West Bengal who says it is BJP and RSS who are fomenting all kinds of trouble. A counter to what the police report in black and white says. There was a mob, 4,000 to 5,000. They had petrol bombs, they had sticks, they were unleashing violence. Then she goes on to add, they are using the backdrop to play divisive politics. They are planning to play the divide and rule game. This is sinister. I have an appeal to make. Then she speaks about how I was born and brought up in Bengal. It's my motherland. I love India, my country. I love my country. I love my state. I love my grassroots from district to block and village level. Then she goes on to say, please maintain calm. We condemn communal riots and must curb them. The criminals behind the riots are being strongly dealt with. So this is what the Chief Minister has said. One, she says, we are calling for an appeal, calling for calm, but starts by blaming the BJP and the RSS. And then she says they had originally planned to use Ram Navami Day for playing with fire, but the Ram Navami celebrations in West Bengal have been peaceful. They had tried to use subsequent matters related to the agitations. Here is the clincher. In this paragraph in the letter, she goes on to say that Waqf amendment was used as a tool of provocation to in fact incite unrest in the state. The Chief Minister now blaming the RSS and the BJP, something that she's been doing over the last few days as the probe into Murshidabad violence gathers pace. Over to you, Amita.
All right, Sagarika, thank you for that. So the Chief Minister, who is not only when it comes to the Home Minister of the state of West Bengal, not taking responsibility of the violence that has happened in her own state, rather blaming when it comes to the central government and also now the RSS that has now been included, and incidents as far as Ram Navami processions and other issues that have now been included. However, she comes out to make an appeal that situation is being brought under normalcy as far as when it comes to the pictures there, because they don't deny what could have been the reality that, you can see. I mean, this is just what being left, the remnants of many of those homes, vehicles. There was complete arson and vandalizing of all of the vehicles and even the homes of the families. Their savings, everything has been burnt to ashes. Now, this is something that has been mentioned as far when it comes to the own police of Mamata Banerjee in a report which is completely different, which contradicts the Chief Minister's statement. She may be appealing for peace, but right now, as far as the blame game is concerned, that continues. So let's put out exactly when it comes to the differences that have now been pointed out, what in the police's report say and what does the Chief Minister say. The Chief Minister continues to maintain that it is the role of elements from across the border. The outsider claim continues. The police, on the other hand, has mentioned that it is the presence of local youth, around 4,000 to 5,000 of them. Now, was it a pre-planned conspiracy? Who was behind it? If the police has taken action, what is the action that they have to show days after when it comes to the violence that broke out in Murshidabad? How many arrests that have been made? Who is to be blamed for the violence? The Chief Minister says that this is the news that is coming in from the Home Ministry sources, saying that it is something that to be blamed when it comes to the hand of the BJP, the BSF, who she claims are incapable of handling when it comes to and defending our borders. And that is why Bangladeshis from across the border came in and they fomented trouble, and that is why violence was incited. The police on the other side says that the crowd came in from different areas of Shamsherganj. How did they actually come together and consolidate is a question that the police will be finding in its report. 4,000 to 5,000 local youths that gathered at the Sajur More. But however, the Chief Minister there blames the BSF, saying that it is not the state government's duty to guard the borders. It is the central government and the BSF which is responsible of guarding borders with Bangladesh, saying that it is central government which continues to evade responsibility of violence that broke out in her state of West Bengal, where she is not just the Chief Minister but also the Home Minister. However, when it comes to the police, they continue to say and talk about how when it comes to this violence, they broke out in what manner, because there was unruly mob. Even when it comes to the police personnel, they were injured, many of them. And the victims' testimonies are out there themselves, who continue to say that when it comes to the role of the police as well, they continue to remain mute spectators. Was there pressure from above? This is a question that the BJP too has been raising.